welcome back to our podcast. I'm Muhammad Habibullah, and on today's episode, we will be delving into an intriguing topic in the realm of politics. Join us with explore the pros and cons of abstaining from voting, known as golput. In general election, we have an expert in the field joining us, Baba Awar Shawaludin. Welcome, Baba Awar Shawaludin.
Thank you for having me, Habib. I'm excited to discuss this important topic.
Okay, let's start by diving deeper into the concept of GoPut. What makes it so intriguing?
Golput isn't a new phenomenon in politics, but it continues to be a relevant topic garnering significant attention. Most voters view it as a serious and strategic action, while others criticize it as a form of apathy or even betrayal of political rights. However, to fully understand golput, we need to look beyond just abstaining from voting in general election. It's strong political statement reflecting deep dissatisfaction with the current political condition.
Very interesting. So, what exactly trigger someone to GoPut?
The reason behind the decision to golput are highly complex and often unique to each individual. Most of those who choose to golput do so as a form of protest against a political system they perceive as inadequate or incapable of meeting the needs and aspirations of the people. They feel that the option presented to them don't reflect their values or aspiration, or perhaps feel disconnected from the issues faced by the majority of population.
So, essentially, GoPut is a way for the citizen to express their justification with the political process and offering.
Exactly. Golput is often seen as an expression of disappointment and distrust towards political elites or existing political parties. It's a statement that votes feel abandoned or unrepresented by the current political system. However, it's essential to note that golput isn't merely a passive action. Often, it's a result of careful reflection and deep moral consideration.
There are many layers involved in the decision to go. We'll explore the further the pros and cons of this phenomenon after a short break. Don't go anywhere. Of real listener, we'll back with the more insight into global stay tuned. And now, let's explore the perspective, the support goal put. What are the actual reason or benefit of this action? According to you, Bapak Children.
Certainly, Habib. One of the main arguments often put forward is that golput is a strong protest against dissatisfaction with the existing political system. By refusing to vote, voters indicate that they are not satisfied with the candidates offered by the existing political parties or with the political process as a whole. It can be an effective way to voice their disagreement with the status quo and push for more substantial change in the political system.
Very interesting. So, in the essence, a golput is a way for a citizen to advocate for the change they want to see in the political system.
Yes, precisely. Gold vote can be considered as a tool to empower voters and force political parties to pay more attention to the interests and needs of the people. By showing that they won't vote for candidates or parties that don't represent them well, voters can exert significant political pressure and compel parties to be more responsive to the wishes of the people.
Certainly, it's not like a potent from protest. However, there are risks the golput could actually reduce overall political participation.
Yes, that are risks that needs to be considered. One of the consequences of golput is that by not voting, voters lose their right to influence the future direction of their countries. Participation in the political process is a valuable and essential right in the democracy. And with golput, people effectively relinquish their power to shape political decisions to others.
That's true. It's sound like the risk to the golput could reduce the legitimacy of election result. Do you agree?
Absolutely. If many people choose the golput, election result may not reflect the majority views of the population. This can diminish the legitimacy of the elected government and undermine the credibility of the democratic process itself. Furthermore, golput can also lead to increased polarization in society, with more extreme and fanatical voters become more dominant in the political process.
Certainly, there are many components to consider. Are there any steps that can be taken to mitigate this concern?
One step that can be taken is to increase awareness of the importance of political participation and emphasize that every vote truly matters. Political education is also crucial in ensuring that voters understand the implication of their action, including the impact of golput on the democracy process. Additionally, political parties should be more proactive in finding ways to attract voters who may feel marginalized and are represented by the existing political system.
Of course, political education and compatibility from political parties play a key role in ensuring a strong participation in the political process. Well, consider opposing viewpoint after a short break. And now, let's explore the opposing perspective of goal. Put what could be the negative consequence of this action.
Certainly, Habib. One of the main negative impact of golput is that by not voting, voters forfeit their rights to influence the future direction of their countries. Participation in the political process is a fundamental aspect of democracy, and by golput, individuals effectively relinquish their power to shape political decisions to others.
That's correct. Yeah, it sounds there are risks the golput could diminish the legitimacy of election result. Would you agree?
Absolutely. If many people choose that to golput, election result may not accurately represent the majority views of the population. This can undermine the legitimacy of the elected government and erode trust in the democratic process itself. Additionally, golput can contribute to increased society polarization, with more extreme or radical voters exerting greater influence in the political arena.
Indeed, there are significant consideration to take into account. Do you see any solution to address this concerns?
One potential step is to enhance awareness of the importance of political participation and emphasize that every vote carries weight. Political education is vital to ensuring that voters understand the consequences of their action, including the impact of golput on the democratic process. Moreover, political parties should proactively seek ways to attract voters who may feel marginalized or unrepresented by the current political system.
Certainly, education and adjustment play crucial roles in maintaining a robust democratic system. Let's focus of the challenge in understanding the phenomenon of the golput. Bapak Washodin, could you highlight some of the major challenges in understanding the reason behind golput?
Certainly, Habib. One of the primary challenges in understanding golput is that the reasons behind this action can be highly diverse and often deeply personal for each individual. This diversity can make it difficult to identify consistent patterns or trends among golput voters. Additionally, there are often a social stigma associated with golput in some communities, which may make individuals reluctant to openly discuss their reasons for their decision.
So it's quite complex. How do you think we can overcome this challenge in understanding golput?
One approach is to foster dialogue and empathy among the various stakeholders involved. It essentially to listen carefully and respect the diverse reasons and perspective underlying individual decision to golput. Furthermore, inclusively, an open approach to discussing golput can help reduce the social stigma associated with this phenomenon, allowing individuals to be more open in sharing their experiences and viewpoints.
It's crucial to have open, inclusive dialogue. And then we go to a conclusion. Currently, we're exploit various perspective on golput. Before we part ways, let us summarize and delve into the final message from our discussion. Bapak Washaulin, is there anything else you like convey to our listeners?
Certainly, Habib. I'd like to emphasize that it essentially for all of us not only to be a spectator in the political process, but also active in responsible actors. Golput, while it may be seen as strong protest, also carries the risk of reducing in the impact of our voices in shaping future direction of our country. Therefore, I urge our listeners to become more involved in political process, from general election to local discussion and advocacy action.
Absolutely. Active participant from every citizen and the foundation of healthy democracy. Do you have any practical suggestion for our listener who want to be more actively engaged in the political process?
Certainly, one simple step is to register as an active voter and cast a ballot in every general election held. Additionally, listeners can utilize social media and other online platforms to discuss political issues, share information about candidates and political parties, and even organize campaigns or events that encourage active political participation.
Thank you for those valuable suggestions. We hope this message inspire our listeners to become more engaged in the politic process. Before we conclude, and there a final message you like to convey?
Yes, I'd like to end by reminding our listeners that the change we desire in society won't happen on its own. It takes hard work, awareness, and cooperation from all of us to create positive change. So let's unite as a responsible citizen and commit to building a better future for everyone.
Very powerful word. Thank you for insight and inspiration you are provide to us and our listeners today. And to you, our loyal audience, thank you for joining in our episode on a goal put. Be engines of a positive change in the world until next time.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep fighting for justice and welfare together. Solidarity.
So,
Solidarity.
solidarity indeed. And don't forget to stay engaged and make your choice hard until next time. Thank you very much for me. They just we're podcast political. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.